So, in this country, back in the day, we had the military draft. Yeah, unless you had a good excuse. And there was a tendency, if you were rich or connected or privileged, you could find a way out of the draft. But a lot of people, had to serve the military. No choice. Draft. I actually think there was a lot of positives that went with that. We don't have the draft anymore, but we do have something called the Selective Service. If you're 18 years old, when you turn 18 years old and you're a man, well, you basically have to tell the government, hi, I'm here, it's me. This is where you can find me if World War III breaks out. And every male, as far as I know, is required to participate in the Selective Service system. You don't serve in the military, but you sign a form letting them know you're, and it's the law. Well, according to our next guest, Zohran Mamdani never bothered to fill out the Select Service form, which is a federal crime. And he may not even be eligible for the citizenship that he has as a result of that, failure to comply. David Civilla is a former Democratic congressional and Senate staffer and an all-round genius, in my opinion, great researcher. David, welcome. And this is pretty astounding stuff that you found. Congratulations.
Hi, Greg. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So you heard what I said there, but you're the expert. What happened? When did it happen? And how much trouble is Zohran Mamdani in?
Well, the question is really, what did Zohran Mamdani tell immigration when he applied for citizenship in 2018 or late 2017? Because you're supposed to have 5 years of good moral conduct in order to be eligible for citizenship naturalization. And one of those things has to be abiding by the laws of the United States and the municipality and the state you live in. Apparently, Zohran Mamdani did not abide by the laws of the United States in not registering for Selective Service until just before he applied for citizenship. The date exactly was January 17th, 2017. He became a citizen 1 year later in 2018. And he became an elected official in 2020 when he won an assembly seat in New York.
That's not very long ago.
No.
So he's Bill de Blasio is mayor. He's not a citizen, and he's not registered for the Selective Service.
Right.
For what you've been able to uncover, find out, how serious is this, and what could possibly result?
Well, I think there are multiple levels of seriousness to this. One is primarily, how did he acquire this citizenship? What did he tell the United States Immigration Department when he naturalized for citizenship? Did he tell them, I suspect personally, that what he did was register just before applying for citizenship, and he was asked, are you registered or are you not registered? And he simply answered that I am registered and allowed them to assume he had been registered for the 7 years prior that he should have been since he was 18 years old.
And the idea of registering for Selective Service, you are compelled to do that, even if you're not a citizen.
Absolutely.
You can actually be a non-citizen and serve in the military. So what are the penalties if you don't, putting aside the citizenship, if you don't register for the Selective Service?
Well, in this case, it's sort of unique because it appears that he registered and then applied for citizenship and was awarded that citizenship. There could be a couple of ways this could have been resolved. He could have done a letter of certification to immigration saying, yes, I should have been registered, but I wasn't aware of it, and I did register, and they could have let that through. Or he should have misled them, which is my personal belief. Now, the consequences of that, well, if he misled them, then the premise of his naturalization is false, and he could probably be denaturalized.
Has that ever, do they do that? Do they denaturalize people?
I'm not an expert on immigration. I mean, has it been done? I'm sure at some point in history it has. But I think under these circumstances, this man is running for the mayoralty of New York City, where the UN is housed. And he is obviously flouting that he's going to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu as mayor of New York. He's going to order the NYPD to do that. So he's inserting himself into foreign affairs. He has issues with his own status as a citizen, as far as I'm concerned, and apparently you too. And I think this is a unique situation, to say the least.
It's a great public service that you are performing here. Where can people find your content? Where is the best place to go, please?
To look at my X account, which is my name, David_Civella. If you're looking for the information that I compiled, it's on there.
Thank you, David. Very interesting stuff. And to be continued for sure.
Definitely.
I don't want this guy to be the mayor. I really don't.
Shouldn't be.
Be right back. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.